Okay, so guys, I'm just sitting outside. It's very cold, but I don't care. It just, it's post rain, just rained or whatever. But yeah, it's too much tiff back again, y'all. I know I'm looking crazy, but please don't come for me because I will come for y'all. No, just kidding. Don't come for me though. But I'm about to tell you guys a story about a friend. She was fake as fuck. Really fake. And basically, before we start the story, disclaimer, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not trying to bash her in any way. I'm just trying to tell the story of how I felt at the time and still personally how I feel to this day. So yeah, so I mean, people might take it and be like, oh my god, like, you're such a spiteful ass bitch, like that's what you say about your friends when you're not friends with them anymore. And no, it's not even like that. So you can really step the fuck back if you feel that way. So this is how the story goes. So I transferred schools my junior year. So anyways, like I was saying, I transferred schools my 11th grade year from the only school that I transferred schools, not a lot, but like that was a school that, like, all my friends were gonna go to, all my childhood friends were gonna go to. And like I said, sorry again if it's loud, but like all my childhood friends went to, so like I knew everybody. So my mom was like, yeah, we're moving, and like we got a bigger house, whatever. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna go to my school? So I transferred over to this new school. It had so much school spirit. It was a new school, it was a new environment. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have any friends, but like I know a couple of people that went to that school because it's like the partnering school of the school I was gonna go to. So I'm like, okay, I'm not really gonna have any friends, but like that's okay. So I walk into my math class. I think it was like my first period or second period. You know how there's like 6 periods in a day usually if you go to high school, or like A and B schedule. But like oh, this thing's falling off my head. But it was like, I just made it worse. But we had even worse. That's okay. But we had 6 to 8 periods, whatever. So I think, like I said, math was my first period because this is when I met this girl, and we're gonna name her Star. So Star was like, oh my god, you're so pretty, I want to be your friend, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. So I'm like, okay, I ain't had no friends. So like when you don't have any friends, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, like picky, because what are you being picky for if you don't have any friends? It's high school, and it was 11th grade year, so I'm like, definitely can't fool for not having friends because I'm not gonna be that one, but yeah, so we started being cool. We was cool. Like 11th grade year, she was really going through a lot, like breakup. She was like, she wasn't really like sane. Like she was sane, but like she would act like she wasn't sane. She'd be crying over like stuff that didn't make sense. She'd be like, oh well, this and this happened. Girl, needs to focus on your books because we're in high school. It's 11th grade year. You need to focus on your ACTs, and like you just need to focus. Like you keep talking about boys and like, like boys. I like boys, and boys, that's cool, but like you need to focus on what really matters. So there's a bug in front of me. But yeah. So I was just like, focus on the right things. She'd be crying. I tell her like, oh, focus on the right things. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. So it was like the end of 11th grade, she's like, yeah, I'm going to a new school. My dad says I have to go to a new school, blah, blah, blah. And, like, we were still super cool, but I was like, shit, I don't really care. I had made, like, a lot of friends by then, so I was like, shit, I don't really care. Because she was just, like, the stepping stone for me to get friends. Because, like, didn't nobody really like her, but she talked a lot. So they were like, oh, she got a new friend, Star got a new friend, so her name's Tiffany, da-da-da. So I grabbed all these friends, snatched them up, what I'm saying, had my friends. So when she told me, like, she was leaving, I was like, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Why is so many bugs? Ugh, I know I'm outside, but she's... But yeah, so I'm sorry guys, I say but yeah so much. Anyway, so yeah, so I had all these friends, whatever. I didn't really care. She's like, yeah, I'm going to new school. The new school was like out of our district. It wasn't even like a partnering school with like the school we went to or the school I was supposed to go to. It was like another district, but it's like around us, close to me. I should have went to that school actually, if I think about it, because like only a mile away. I don't know why they sent me to the school I go to now. Well, I graduated from, but she left. We were still friends, we still talked, but she was like doing me shady like she was better than me, never better than me, but she was doing me shady like she was better than me and just acting super weird. And I was just like, oh, it's not a friend that I want. So we like started drifting apart, whatever. But then towards like senior year, we got back being close. We went to football games, not football games, but basketball games together. She tried to like rekindle the friendship. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, because she did something really shady to me that summer. And she was like, I'm really sorry, I want to be your friend again. I'm sorry that I put a boy over you, blah blah blah. And she had just got her license, so she was like trying to flex on me, thought she was better than me, I was like, girl, I don't give a fuck, But she was like trying to flex on me, you know. Then she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, but like the caring, forgiving person I am, I was like, oh, you know, it's okay, it's cool, yada yada. So we became friends again. We was cooler than dirt. I feel like we were closer senior year than we were our junior year. So it was junior year, it was senior year, and we were super close, going to like basketball games together. She was always over my house. She was always like in my presence. She was always around me, you know. And this girl was like, she wasn't really, I'm not trying to throw her under the dirt, under the bus, but she wasn't really like a cleanly girl. You know how like girls have like good hygiene, you take care of yourself. I know y'all looking at me like, bitch, you look crazy. Nah, yada yada, just for this video. But like, she didn't really take care of herself. She was actually really dirty. Now I'm thinking about it. And I say this before I tell you the story because wow, she was actually really dirty. But we were really close, you know, but like, when we were friends, you know, I'd do anything for her. I thought she'd do anything for me. So like, she'd always be telling me like, you know, we about to drive here, can you put gas in my tank, da 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 da. You know, I don't really care putting gas in somebody's tank, because if you're offering to take me somewhere, you know, then I have no hesitation to put gas in your tank. I will. $20, $5, it doesn't matter. But she would drive from like, let's say like city three cities over, right? She'd be in 3 cities over, then she'd be like, oh, I want to hang out with you. Come on an empty gas tank and be like, can you put gas in my car? Why didn't you get gas when you were over there? Because you're broke as fuck. That's how it all started. So every day she was over my house, she was saying, oh, I got kicked out, or like, my mom's doing this to me, my dad's doing this to me, yada yada yada. So, you know, I'm feeling bad, because she's like, she's really, you know, getting to my heart. She's like, you know, my parents been doing this and this. If somebody says that their parents are hitting on them and their parents are doing this and this and that, you're gonna feel bad. You're never gonna question it, you know. Should have questioned it. But she was like, yeah, you know, this is going on, this is going on. And I was like, yeah, girl, you can stay with me anytime. So we were really close. So every day, you know, after school, she would just come over. It started like gradually. She'd come over. And like, we'd be hanging out in my room, and she would just kind of like stay the night. So I was like, okay. Even though we went to different schools, I was like, okay, I gotta go to school at like 7-ish. I think school started like 7:20. I was like, yeah, I go to school at this time, but like, you go to school at this time, so you're gonna have to leave. Because she went to regular school. Like, when she switched schools 11th grade year, and then after that she went to like a school where you don't really have your shit together. So when she didn't really have her shit together or whatever, I was just like, you kind of need to go to school. Like, she would be like sleeping past the time she was supposed to wake up, and it was like time for me to go to school, like 7:20, and like get on the bus type stuff, or like, you know, get in the car and go to school. She would still be sleeping. She would not take showers. She would just be sleeping in my bed, and I'd be like, girl, it's time to go. Literally having to force her to get up. And like, I know school is not a priority to everybody, but like, literally you need to get up. If you don't care, I agree, you need to get up out of my bed. You're not gonna be sitting here days on end not taking showers, sleeping in my bed, so you're not going to school. That's nasty to me, especially being a female. That's very dirty. So I was just like, you know, whatever. So I had to force her every day, go to school every day. So I started getting to the point like she would stay over my house months, not months, but weeks on ends, because it was like spring break time. Like, skipping forward in the story, it was like spring break time, and I remember she was over my house, and like one day I was going to work. This is when I realized she didn't have no friends, she didn't have no life. I went to work. I worked almost an 8-hour shift. She sat in the parking lot of my job and waited for me to get off work, because she claimed she didn't have a place to stay, which she did, but she terrorized them and she vandalized their whole house. So her parents definitely did not want her to stay there. So she kept saying she didn't have a place to stay, and she kept saying her parents were doing this and that to her, but she was doing that to them, which I finally realized at the end she was like doing all these things to them. So I was just like, you're such a liar and scammer. So yeah, so back to the story, whatever. She stayed over my house like weeks on end. My mom was just like, you know, after moms, they be like, that child don't have a home, you know, like, why she keep being over here? Like, you know, at first it's cool, but like, when it's going, like, she was there for so many months, so many days, so many weeks, that it went into spring break, and my mom was just like, yeah, this is not my child. I'm not, no, for somebody call the police on me, you know, type stuff. So spring break, whatever, she was over my house, she kept wearing the same stuff. She would never take a shower over my house. Like, literally, she'd be staying there for weeks, days, not wearing, like, not even putting on deodorant. Like, I understand, like, when I was in cheer, we would, like, if somebody didn't have deodorant, you would give them your deodorant, they would swipe it clean, put it under their armpit. I know it sounds dirty, but like, I'd rather use somebody else's deodorant than to smell musty. But she would not even ask for a pad, a tampon. Like, she would just like be dirty. She would never take a shower. So I just felt like it was dirty. And what I'm about to say next, you're gonna be like, why would you do that if she was dirty? That was my friend though at the time. I can call her dirty because she was, but that was my friend at the time. So, you know, she would sleep at my house days on ends, wait for me after work, just in the parking lot, or she'd be waiting down the street in my house because she apparently didn't have anywhere to sleep. Lie. So, yeah, she kept saying, Ray, tay, this and that. So I was just like, you know, you keep living dirty, so I'm just gonna let you use some of my clothes, because every day you're not even going home. You're just like basically living in your car, living on the streets until I'm off work, and then you want to come live with me. And you just need to go back to your parents' house, because it's getting like too out of hand. Because it's like, cool and all, you're my friend, but like, you're not gonna be living at my house forever. We didn't sign up for this. Like, I understand if your parents told me like, yeah, you can live with us, but they never said that. So technically you can't live over here, because I'm gonna get in trouble, and it's not even, you can't even do that legally. Like, they're gonna think you're running away, and then they're gonna find you at my house. We're all gonna go to jail, because we're not gonna be holding the hostage or holding the runaway, whatever it's called. So yeah, I was just like, you know, you keep looking dirty and you don't want to change your clothes, you keep coming to the same stuff, so I'm gonna allow you to like wear a lot of my clothes. So she would go to school, be like, oh, can I wear this? And I'd be like, girl, wear that, you know, you gonna look cute, stun on your ex, whatever, crying about these boys at school. So I'm like, if you need to stun on them, girl, you need to wear my Fashion Nova jeans, make your hips look big, So every day she'd just be wearing my stuff. I'm like, but then as she's living in her car and she's wearing my stuff, I realized that like she was living with me, but what she was wearing in mine, I would never see it again. So I'm like, how the fuck are you living with me? I'm letting you borrow my stuff for you going to school, but then when you come back from school, you don't have my shit on no more. Like, where's my shit going? It keeps disappearing. And like, I gave her some expensive stuff like Fashion Nova jeans. I had this jersey that was like $70. People might be like, oh, $70 is not a lot of money, but damn, it was authentic and I really wanted it, and it was really hard to find because the player, like, he was really hard to find. So I let her wear a lot of stuff, like my athletic wear, my active wear, that's the same thing, you know, everything. And I was just like, you know, this is my friend, so I'm gonna really vibe for her, you know. And so I was just like, how come every time she comes over she doesn't have my stuff on? Like, she would take my expensive clothes, whatever, or like the nice clothes I gave her, and like she would be wearing the same crappy stuff that she had on before, almost like she was selling my stuff or something. So I'm just like, the fuck? But like, I kept giving her clothes because I'm just like, I feel bad, but like every time I give her a towel or like, oh my god, bird, the hell, every time I gave her like something to clean herself up, she would like reject it. But if I gave her like some Fashion Nova jeans or like, you know, a hoodie, just like something she liked in my closet, she'd take it. So at the end, you know, she started to get her shit together. Whatever, I forced her to go to school. She was like in school again. So I thought she wasn't going to school. Her mom said, I'm gonna talk to her mom at the end. Her mom was like, she was never in school. But at the end, I realized, like, damn, a lot of my stuff was missing. Like 5 pairs of jeans was missing, 3,000 shirts was missing. Not even to over exaggerate, but like about like 5 shirts were missing. I mean, not 5 shirts, 5 hoodies and a whole bunch of shirts. So I'm just like, where the fuck is all my shit going? You know, like, I loaned it to you, borrowed it to you because you was in a situation, but I'm gonna need that back. That's not permanent. That's not stuff that you're gonna keep. I only let you borrow that, you know? So whatever. So last day she was at my house, you know, it was like the end of spring break. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to like get my stuff back. You're gonna have to really go to school. And like, I'm not your babysitter anymore. I'm your friend, but I'm not your babysitter. We're not about to sit here and do this every day where I'm constantly forcing you go to school. Like, it's not, what's wrong with you? So she had like a lot of my stuff. I don't even know how many things she had, and she stole some of my makeup too, and I didn't find that out until the end. I was like, damn, you stole from me, you stole my clothes, and you stole from me. Wow. So I was just like, oh, can I have my stuff? So before she left, she was she went over to this boy's house. She skipped school, she went over to this boy's house, she was hanging out with him. So I messaged him. I was like, oh, is Star there? He was like, nah, but I'll tell her to hit you up later, whatever. So she went to school. The next day I just checked up on her, like, how you and the dude been, because I know you skipped school to go see him. I know it wasn't the right decision, but how are you? You know, I want to see if you're good. She didn't text back. The next day I text her again. I'm like, are you okay? Because I'm starting to get worried. Like, even though I was getting kind of fed up with her shit, I was just like, you know, she is living a weird type of lifestyle, you know, so I just want to make sure she's okay. So I was just like, you know, how are you, blah blah. She kept ignoring my calls, so like a week later I just left it alone. But then I'm like, you're ignoring my calls, but I'm gonna need my clothes back though. I don't care about this other stuff no more, but I'm gonna need my clothes back. So I started texting her like, oh, you know, can I have my clothes back? Like, you know, can I have my stuff back? Yada yada yada. She's trying to act like she can't see my text, trying to act like she can't see my calls, and yada yada. But she's watching my Snapchat story and watching my Instagram stories. I'm like, you can watch my story and this and this and this, but I can't have my stuff back, my stuff. She had pounds and bags of my clothes. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm not even about to sit here and play with you for real, because this is not a game. So I went to her house because like it went on for like weeks and weeks and weeks. It actually went on for a month, and she was not texting me back. She was just like, you know, having my clothes. I would see her Snapchat story. She would post and then have my clothes on. So one day I slid up her story and I was just like, oh, can I have my stuff? Really playing games. I really was there for you, and you ran off my stuff. You stole it. So she had like my whole outfit on, swiped up. I was like, oh, can I have my stuff back? She was like, girl, I'm gonna bring it back to you. She blocked me from seeing her story. So then I asked my cousin, I'm like, oh, can you see Star's story? She was like, yeah, girl. I was like, so she blocked me because she has my stuff and I'm asking for it back? That's some bum shit. Like, don't ever in your life. So I was just like, I feel like you're not a good person, because why would you steal my stuff and then try to act like you don't know me because you stole my stuff? Just give my shit back. So I went to her house and her mom was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen her in so long. Like, basically bitch done ran away. I haven't seen her in so long. She don't go to school that often, because that day she was in school when she had my stuff on. I guess that was the first time they had seen her in like 3 weeks. So she was just going to like guys' house with my stuff on, trying to flex my stuff on. She was always at somebody's house with my stuff on. I was just like, damn. It got to the point I was just like, keep that shit. But anyways, before I was like, keep that shit, I went to her house and I was just like, oh, can I get my stuff back? And I was just like, oh, by the way, your daughter be saying that you be hitting on her and like you're crazy and blah 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 blah. And the mom was looking at me, because you know, like some moms, when they be hitting on their kids and like when they're super abusive, they like, you know, you can tell, and then they're quick to like change up the story. You know her mom did not know what the fuck I was talking about. Her mom was like, so I knew the mom was not doing any of those things, because the mom was dead ass like, huh? She said, my daughter? What? I never. And I was like, oh, I awkward. So I was like, oh, can I get my stuff? She was like, oh, you can't get it right now because I'm doing something, but you can come back tomorrow. Boop boop, I'll come back tomorrow, same time, same location, whatever. I see all the cars in the driveway. I'm like, ooh, I hope she's here. So I went in her house, and her mom was just talking and saying, oh, I miss her, and she was following this bad lifestyle and blah 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 blah. I wish you could save her. Girl, I wish you could save her too. You're her mom. Don't act like I'm her mom. Don't, no, get on my face. So she was like, oh, you can go in her room. I went in her room. This girl had about 2 pairs of jeans. None of my shit was in there. It's like her room was empty. She looked like a runaway. Like, for real, everything was gone. She had shit. It was like about 2 pairs of underwear on the floor. There was shit in that room. And I was just like, what the fuck kind of lifestyle you living, bro? And just like her room was like vandalized. The whole house, it was just looking like a fucking trap house, bro. And I was like, ugh, like I need to get the girl for some crawl on me, you know? So I'm not even trying to throw her under the bus like I said, but like I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what's going on? So yeah, I was just like, okay. So I kept texting her, and I was like, I just went to your mom's house. Something in my throat. I was like, oh, I just went to your mom's house to go get my stuff back, whatever. And she never texted me back. She stayed watching my story. And one time I posted my story, I was like, oh, sorry, you need to give me my shit back. And like, you're fake as fuck, yada yada yada. And you're fucking bum. So she saw it. Never texted me back. She'd always tell her friends at school shit about me, whatever, because they'd be like, oh, why you start not friends? Bitch, you know why we not friends? She stole my shit, slept in my bed, used to come in my house at 2 a.m. all the time, knocking on my door for me to open my door, yada yada, eating my food. My mom would custom make food for her. You know, I'd spend my money on her gas, spend my money on everything that she needed. But I can't have my clothes back. I don't even need the stuff back that I gave to you or did it for you. I just want my clothes back. Like, who steals somebody's clothes? Especially when you're their best friend. Every day she's like, you're my best friend, Tiffany. And like, I feel like you're the only person that understands me. And like, but you stole my clothes. Go steal from these other fucking bum ass bitches. Fuck you. So yeah, so we stopped being friends, whatever. She never texted me back, and she had a friend come have this little lecture with me. The friend was like, yeah, you know, Star is so sorry for everything that she did. Okay, Star can't say that. Got my face, fuck. So we stopped being friends or whatever. I never spoke to the mom again. The mom texted me, was like, oh, Star is home if you want to come get your stuff. No, because Star probably took my shit to Plato's Closet. Is like a store where you can turn in like used stuff, like used clothes, like fashionably, you know, used clothes, and you know, like sell it, whatever, get like a profit. They're not gonna give you much, but like they want like brand new stuff, like what she brought, like Fashion Nova jeans and stuff like that, so they can sell it at a higher price. But like you're gonna get like what, like $10 maybe. So yeah, so I was just like, whatever, I don't really care. The mom's texting me like, how have you been? Better than you, the fuck. So she was just like yada yada yada, and then she gonna tell me, oh yeah, my daughter's not graduating, I wish I could help her, blah blah. Girl, I been know she was not gonna graduate. She never went to school, started acting stupid. So right, she was just going on and on and on. I was like, I really don't like you. I don't like how you raised your daughter. I don't like any of you guys because you're fake. The only reason you allowed me into your house to try to look for my stuff is because I threatened to call the police on you. You never cared that your daughter stole my stuff because you probably thought, you probably are a crook yourself. You know, everybody's a crook in my house, because I really had to beg the mom, like, oh, can I please go inside and go get my stuff? Like, she has a lot of my stuff, because she probably knew her daughter was a thief too, you know. And so I'm not trying to bash the mom, but like there was really some nonsense going on in that house, and I was not for it. I don't like bullshit. Like, I really do not. Like, if you know something, just say it. Just say what's up. Don't try to act like weird, you know. So yeah, basically end this story. I never talked to her again. She never talked to me again. Like I said, she probably sold my stuff. I don't care what she did with this. Just the point of the matter, the point of the matter, whatever, is that she just basically stole my stuff. How are you gonna be my friend and just steal my stuff? So I don't really care anymore. So basically, this is just a story of, like, you know, a fake friend. Like, you really have to watch out. Like, moral of the story is, like, you really have to watch out, like, the toxic people and the negative people that you bring into your lives, because they will steal from you. They will call themselves your friends, but they're not really your friends, and people are just horrible, and you really need to just watch out, because it's not good at all. It's really not. People are not good at all. Not at all. Not good at all. So yeah, that was basically my little story. I don't know what I'm gonna title this story. Probably gonna title it Thieving Ass Bitch, but you know, YouTube doesn't do that. So go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends to watch, because I'm pretty cool. I'll post like more consistently, you know. I'm sorry guys, it's so cold. I'm a cocoon. But I'm gonna post more consistently, and, you know, daily and stuff, you know, try to keep it up to date. But yeah, throughout this video, y'all, I was just looking all left, right, because my eyes are burning. I don't know what's in my eyes, but they're burning. I cannot look at the lenses. Hurting my eyes, I'm so sorry. But yeah, basically, like I said, this story about, you know, thieving as friends. Moral story: don't let anybody borrow your stuff. Do not let anybody, oh my god, there's a bee. Don't let anybody just be a part of your life if you know that they're negative. I mean, you're gonna find out that people are negative after you, like, mess with them and be their friends, but just try to be, like, cautious when you meet people, because there were certain signs of her that I saw to say that she was a bad person, but I kind of like just ditched them, because I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being a bitch. But you really have to be cautious of who you let into your life. So that's all I gotta say. Story out.